Hello and welcome to our Vinyasa Flow yoga practice. Today we're going to continue this week's physical focus on spinal twist, and I'd like to highlight two of your 7 main energy centers or chakras, the sacral energy center and the solar plexus energy center. Let's take a moment to get settled into a comfortable seated position. You may like to sit up on any of your props. So, spinal twists help to promote digestive flow as well as flow of energy, especially through the main chakras, and even more specifically through your solar plexus, which is located at your upper belly and the kidney area, the middle back. In Sanskrit, this energy center is called Manipura chakra. And if you think of the earth's elements, this is the fire element within you. And fire of digestion, fire of willpower, your ability to move forward or step back as you need in order to protect what is sacred to you or at your core. And this also has to do with your ability to digest what's happening in your life, to receive the nutrients of a situation, even if it looks problematic or a challenge, and be able to release, let go of the so-called non-nutrients or waste. Now, the fire element paired with the water element, which is your sacral energy center, located below the belly button and just above your pelvic floor, as well as your sacrum, your lower back. In Sanskrit, this energy center is called Svadhisthana chakra, and this water element is your ability to flow with the unpredictable things that happen in life inevitably. It is your ability to play and process your emotions, because emotions are also the water element. It is your relationship to your sexuality and your sensuality, your ability to really savor the beauty, the sweetness of life through all of your physical senses. So I appreciate playing with this dance of the fire element, which can sometimes feel kind of fierce, with the water element, which can seem somewhat contrasting. So my invitation for you in today's practice is to see how you balance that. Remember that the word asana, which is at the root word of each of the Sanskrit names of active yoga poses, literally means a balance of steady efforts with ease. So I see that as the fire and the water elements at play. Let's take a moment to check in with what's happening within you right now. As you find a comfortable stillness, you might close your eyes, bringing your awareness very slowly throughout the physical sensations happening in your body right now. And the point here is to just be aware of them, not to judge them. So that you may have a more informed approach to moving and placing your body. Feel the sensations of the breath without controlling or changing how you're breathing. What qualities can you sense in your breathing right now? Letting this be information about your nervous system and how you're feeling energetically, so that you can meet yourself exactly where you're feeling. Now notice the state of your mind. What have you been feeding your attention lately without judging yourself? Notice any emotions moving through you, energy in motion. And now let's start to deepen the breath. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth a few times. Letting each breath in become slightly deeper. Taking your time to empty the breath and maybe even pause at the very bottom just to observe the feeling of it. Likewise, maybe pause at the very top of the inhalation, feeling the contrast. You might find it helpful to unpack any dense or stagnant energy you might feel by sighing out through the mouth, vocalizing. Ha. And now, as you continue to deepen your breath, pause a moment to reflect on 1 to 3 things about your day that you feel gratitude for. And now I invite you to clarify your intention, what you're choosing to strengthen through this practice, such as a quality about yourself, forgiveness, compassion, playfulness, focus, that you would like to strengthen. Or maybe you have some specific area in your life in which you are creating a shift. And now think of the many lives that your life affects directly and indirectly. We are constantly affecting each other. I invite you to choose someone that you would like to dedicate this practice to, so that your efforts of taking care of yourself may also be extended as an offering to support another's well-being. And together, let's open the practice chanting the Bija mantra, or the seed sound that helps to awaken energy flow at the sacral energy center, which is Vam, at the solar plexus center, which is Ram, and then connecting with our Mother Earth, Om. So 3 chants. Let in a deep breath. Vam. Ram. Om. Now let's continue to breathe slowly with a specific practice called Ujjayi Pranayama, which means victorious breathing. It invites calm, focus, and balanced energy. So closing your lips, softly constrict the back of your throat listening to a gentle whispering sound to your breath. Inhale as slowly as you exhale, and create a very smooth transition between the breaths. Let's practice a few cycles together. You may like to place your hands on the left and right walls of your rib cage, encouraging the side ribs to expand as you breathe in and relaxing the muscles between them as you breathe out. I'm going to count to 4 as we inhale, 4 as we exhale, and then increase it to 5 and 5 as we're slowing the breath down and balancing it in and out. So listen to the sound of your breath. Empty this breath to prepare. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue to balance and lengthen the in and out breaths. Finding your own steady rhythm that you can listen to throughout your physical practice, especially as we're moving the body to the pace of the breath. As you keep listening to that, let's start to loosen up the spine through gentle movements, starting in downward facing dog. So spreading your fingers at the top of your mat where your index fingers are either pointing straight forward or slightly turned out, which helps if you tend to round the shoulders forward. Lifting your hips high, draw them back, and step your feet at least hips distance apart. Start by just moving any way your body might be asking you to loosen up. Bringing that water element of flow, play, and spontaneity into this practice. As you listen to the sound of water, you're creating in the breath. Allow your neck to hang loose, your hips to rise back, and your belly to slightly firm in towards your back. All right, let's move the spine. As you breathe in, lower the knees and draw your heart forward, coiling your chest up into cow pose. As you exhale, contract the belly, rounding your back into cat pose. Let's try a few more. Inhale, cow pose, rolling the shoulders back and down. Exhale, cat pose, contracting the belly and dropping the head to round. Take maybe another 3 more cycles of cat-cow, Betalasana. Inviting a sense of fluidity in your spine. At the end of the next exhale, tuck your toes and lift your hips into downward facing dog again, but this time cultivate stillness for 2 deep breaths, landing your gaze on one point as you steady your eyes. After your second exhale, step to the front of your mat into a standing forward fold. Separate your feet at least hips width apart and parallel to each other. Bend your knees so much that it's easy to rest your belly on your thighs and relax your neck. Tilting your weight forward, reach your hands behind your lower back to clasp. If you can, hug the heels of your palms together. Otherwise, you might also hold a strap between the hands to space the hands apart. If you feel tight in the shoulders, that can be helpful. Start to straighten one leg only and lean your torso to the outside of that leg. As you soften your neck, you might shake and nod your head. Listen to the breath. With your arms stretching further forward, slightly bend the elbows to lift the shoulders. You might switch the cross of your thumb and index fingers on top, and let's switch the opposite leg straight, leaning towards it. And then drop your arms, bend the knees more, and on an inhale, roll your spine upright slowly, as if you're stacking one vertebra at a time, lifting your head last. Rolling your shoulders forward and up. And exhaling them back and down. Spread your weight through the four corners of each foot with these equal and opposite actions of rooting down to rise up. On an inhale, sweep your arms overhead and interlace your fingers. Flip the palms inside out. Draw the shoulders down. Exhale, lean to your right for a few breaths. The further to the right that you lean, press the sole of your left foot deeper into the ground. Keep sliding your shoulder blades down your back ribs. Seal in the bottom of your front ribs. And press the heels of your palms towards the right wall. One more breath. Inhale, rise up. Switch the interlacing of thumb and index on top. Heels of the palms pressing up. Shoulders relaxing down. Lean to your left side for a few breaths. Letting your right foot become heavier. One more breath. And then inhale, rise up, bringing your palms to your heart center in prayer. Connect to your intention, the energy you might be practicing embodying as we flow to the breath. And offer gratitude to the sun through sun salutations, Surya Namaskar Si. As you breathe in, sweep your arms forward, roll your shoulders back, and tilt your heart towards the sky. As you breathe out, bow over your legs. Plant your fingertips on the earth. Inhale, step your left knee behind you. Kneeling lunge, look up. As you hold your breath, step to plank pose. Exhale, lower your knees, then chest, then chin, Ashtangasana. Inhale, slither forward into a gentle cobra, Bhujangasana. Exhale, press up and lift your hips back into downward facing dog. Inhale, step your left foot beside your left thumb. Lower your right knee and gaze up. Exhale, step your right foot forward and fold. Press down to your feet. Inhale, rise, sweeping your arms forward and overhead. Drop your shoulders back. Exhale, gather your palms in prayer at your heart center. Second side. Inhale, sweep the arms forward in Urdhva Hastasana with a gentle back bend. Exhale, bow forward in Uttanasana. Plant your fingertips on the ground. Inhale, step your right knee back. Anjaneyasana, look up. Hold your breath as you step to plank. Exhale, lower your knees, then chest, then chin. Inhale, slither forward into Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. Exhale, lift your hips back into Adho Mukha Svanasana, Downward Dog. Inhale, step your right foot beside your right thumb. Lower your left knee and look up. Exhale, step your left foot forward and fold. Root down to your soles. Inhale, rise. Lifting your heart towards the sun. Exhale, marry your palms at your heart center. Let's continue flowing into Sun Salutation A. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, looking up. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Now this time, press your hands on your shins, 2 blocks, or the ground. Inhale, lengthen your spine halfway up to Ardha Uttanasana. Step into your version of plank, legs straight or knees down. And as you firm the belly in, exhale, glide forward and pause halfway down in Chaturanga Dandasana, hugging your elbows to your ribs. Now choose Cobra or Upward Facing Dog as you breathe in. Exhale to Downward Facing Dog. Let's pause here, steadying your gaze, steadying your breath for 2 cycles of breath. When you've emptied the second breath, walk or jump lightly to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, press with your hands and lengthen forward, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Press with your feet. Inhale, sweep your arms to rise to Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale your hands in prayer in Padasana. Let's continue twice more in this moving meditation where you're resting your focus on the breath. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, press to lengthen to Ardha Uttanasana. Either walk to plank again or lightly float to Chaturanga if you normally practice that. So choosing your version of your vinyasa as you listen to your body. In Downward Facing Dog, pause for 2 deep breaths. When you've emptied the second, walk or float to the top. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, fold. Rooting down, inhale, rise. Exhale, mountain pose. Last one like this. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen forward. Step back or float back, maybe lower knees, chest, chin. Pausing in Downward Dog for 2 slow cycles of breath. Now from here, let's add on. Keeping your hips leveled. Inhale, raise your right leg behind you. Then exhale, bend the knee and turn out your right thigh at the hip. Stay there and inhale, draw the left hip back. Exhale, cross your right knee to touch your left outer upper arm, twisting plank, but try not to twist at your shoulders, twist at your waistline. Inhale, raise your right leg back. This time, open the knee to tap your right outer armpit. Inhale the leg back. Through center, exhale, bend the knee towards your nose, rounding your back. Step the foot quietly beside the right thumb. Stay high on the ball of your left foot. Inhale, rise up to crescent lunge. So as you lift the back heel, balance your weight equally on the mound of each of your back toes, turning both hips to equally face forward. Slightly lift your frontal hip bones. Now it might be helpful to bend the back knee. If you need support for balancing, you could lower the back knee. Land your gaze, your drishti, to help mental focus. And tune into 2 more gently flowing breaths. Keeping your legs and pelvis still, backstroke your right arm towards the rear wall and lengthen your left arm towards the front wall. Still keeping the pelvis still, start to turn your chest little by little to face the right wall. Maybe look over the right shoulder. Start to lean the torso forward, lower the left fingertips on the ground or block inside of your right leg, directly beneath your left shoulder as you raise the right arm up. Twisting side angle pose. If your balance feels very steady and you want to go further, Hook your left elbow outside of your right thigh and join your hands in prayer. Open your arms apart or bind. Let's keep exploring the range of your twists with each new breath. As you breathe in, keep your legs still and lengthen your spine further forward. As you breathe out, hug your hips still and continue to rotate your chest to the right and towards the ceiling. Last 2 deep breaths. Parita Parshvakonasana. Now take a look at your right foot. Lower your fingertips to frame it, hands on blocks or the ground. Step your left foot forward another 5 to 6 inches. Spin the back heel down and straighten both legs. Pyramid pose. Try to create the feeling of a flat back with even a slight lift in the chest rather than rounding the back. As you root down to your feet, slightly tack the right outer hip towards the rear of your mat, balancing the height of both hips. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. And keep your throat open little by little, hinge from the hips. Parshvakonasana. Start to crawl your fingertips a foot in front of your front foot. Remember to use blocks if the ground feels too low. Lean all your weight into your right foot and lift the left leg parallel to the floor as you flex the left foot. Keep your hips leveled. Draw the spine forward. Stay here for a few breaths in supported warrior 3, or play with another spinal twist. Twisting half moon. For the latter, walk your left hand to the right until it's about 1 foot in front of your right big toe. Keep each leg in its separate lane. And with your right hand, press your right outer hip back and inhale as you lengthen through the center line of your body. As you exhale, keep your pelvis still and begin to rotate your rib cage to the right. Eventually, maybe raising the right arm up in Parita Ardha Chandrasana. Start to step the left foot all the way to the rear of your mat. Windmill the arms apart, warrior 2. Align your right heel to intersect the arch of your left foot. Bending your right knee just above the ankle but not past it. Rotate your right outer hip underneath you as you firm the top of your left thigh bone back. Let your eyes rest on one point just beyond your right fingertips as you listen to 3 more deep breaths. Keep your right knee bent. Peaceful warrior. Lift the spine and side bend towards your rear wall, sweeping your right arm overhead. Left hand can land lightly on the left leg, or you can wrap the left arm behind your back. What would it feel like to imagine breathing into your right lung a little deeper? One more breath in. Ride the exhale down to plank pose and either take a vinyasa, cat-cow, or go directly to downward facing dog. Pause in stillness for 3 to 5 breaths, observing how your body's responding to that sequence. And listen to the quality of your breath as you continue to balance your energy. Rooting down through fingers spread. Keep your hips leveled. Inhale, raise your left leg behind you.
Twist at your waist, not your shoulders. Exhale. Oh, actually, stay here. Exhale, bend the left knee, turn the thigh open at the hip first. Inhale, tack the right hip back. Now twist at your waist, not the shoulders. Exhale, cross the left knee to tap your right outer upper arm in plank. Inhale the left leg back. Open the knee, exhale, tap the left outer armpit in plank. Inhale the left leg back. Through center, bend the knee towards your nose and round forward. Step the foot beside the left thumb. Stay high on the ball of the right foot and inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Make sure your feet are hips width apart, parallel to each other. Turn both hips to face forward as you slightly lift your frontal hip bones. Remember, you could bend the back knee, you could lower it to add more support. Land your gaze and notice right now in this pose how you are balancing the fire elements, strong willpower, with the water elements, flow, ease. Keep your legs and pelvis still and backstroke your left arm towards the rear wall. Extend the right arm towards the front wall. And begin twisting at your waistline by rotating the rib cage to the left. Lean your torso forward and lower your right fingertips on a block or the floor directly under the right shoulder and raise the left arm. Stay in this version of the twist, or if your balance feels very steady and you want to challenge it more, hook your right elbow outside of your left thigh. Join your hands in prayer, open your arms, or bind. Now make sure you're not twisting the pelvis here. Keep the height of both hips even and continue to twist at your waistline. Parita Parshvakonasana, twisting side angle pose. Look down at your left foot and frame it with both hands on blocks or the floor. Walk the right foot forward another 5 to 6 inches to shorten your stance and drop the back heel, straighten both legs. Keep both hips equally facing forward. As you fold from the hips, breath by breath in pyramid pose. Remember to keep your neck long. Make it easy to breathe here. Parshvakonasana. Start to crawl your hands 1 foot ahead of your front foot on blocks or the floor. Leaning all your weight forward into supported warrior 3. Right away, flex the right foot. Keep your hips leveled, lengthen the spine. Stay here longer or play with twisting half moon by walking the right hand to the left until it's about 1 foot in front of your left big toe. Maybe place the left hand on the left outer hip to press that hip back as you stretch through the midline of your body. With the exhales, little by little, twist to the left, eventually raising the left arm up. Parita Ardha Chandrasana. Start to step the right foot way at the rear of the mat. Warrior 2, windmill the arms apart. Align your left heel to intersect the arch of your right foot. As you bend the left knee just above the heel, rotate your left outer hip beneath you and firm the top of your right thigh bone back.
Now notice what's going on in your face, your neck and shoulders. Bring that conscious balancing of water and fire. Keep the left knee bent. Lift your spine and side bend towards your rear wall in peaceful warrior. Either land your right hand on your right leg or wrap it behind you. Let in a deep breath. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down and take your last vinyasa. If you wish, let's meet in downward facing dog. Pausing for a few deep breaths. All right, let's get the hip flexors a little more ready for back bends. Turn out your right thigh at the hip. Cross the right shin in front of your pelvis onto your mat and lower to sit with left leg behind you. Take a moment to turn both hips to equally face forward. If there's a gap between your right glute and the ground, fill that gap with any of your props. You can relax the back toes and fold in. You could take another twist, thread the needle, left arm under the right elbow. You could backstroke the left arm and catch the inner ankle or foot, maybe moving towards mermaid or flipping your grip into king pigeon pose. We're only going to be here for about 4 more breaths. Gently begin to step back into downward facing dog. Pausing for 2 breaths, observe your body. Then turn out your left thigh at the hip. Cross the left shin in front of your pelvis, lower to single pigeon on your second side. Take a moment to square your hips forward, adjust if you need a prop under the left glute, and see if your approach to your first side might be available on this side. Start to come back into downward facing dog. Pause again, 2 breaths. Please come forward to plank pose and give yourself a very slow descent. Maybe pause in chaturanga before lowering face down. Let's begin with bound locust pose. Keep your legs straight, knees close together. Press the tops of your feet into your mat. Interlace your fingers behind your lower back, and if possible, hug the heels of your palms together. As you breathe in, roll your shoulder bones behind you and press them down the back, lifting your chest. Then lift your head, but look slightly down and count 5 to 7 breaths before you lower from bound locust pose, Baddha Shalabhasana. If your lower back feels okay with it, you could also lift your feet, keeping your legs straight and your feet parallel to each other. When you're ready to come down, you might rest one ear towards the ground and just pause for a couple of breaths, observing
the effects of that asana or pose. For your next back bend, I invite you to either practice the same on your own or add a little more fire and come into bow dhanurasana. For bow, slide your knees close together and bend them. Reach back with your hands to catch hold of your feet or your ankles. Press your pubic bone into the ground and kick your feet back as you pull them towards you, lifting your knees off the ground. Try not to splay them apart wider than hips distance. Draw the shoulder heads behind you and press them down, lifting your heart. Look slightly down and count 5 to 7 deep breaths before you let go to rest. Dhanurasana. When you've let go to rest, you might turn the opposite ear to the ground and just pause. Observe your body. Observe your energy. Invite you into one more back bend by turning over onto your back. Let's come into bridge or upward facing bow. Only the latter if you normally practice it. If you would like additional support for your lower back, take one of your blocks and by the skinniest width, hug it firmly between your thighs. Separate your feet about hips width apart, parallel, and bring your arms down by your sides. Walk your feet back until you could almost touch your heels with your fingertips, but not quite that close. Equally press down through the four corners of each foot, rounding your shoulders, tilt your chin slightly back to open your throat. If you're coming into bridge, lift the hips up, slide the upper arms under, and keep the arms straight, maybe clasp the hands for 5 to 7 breaths. If you're coming into upward facing bow, well, you know the protocol, only practice it if you know it, 5 to 7 breaths. With a slow exhalation, when you're ready, lower your spine, lower your pelvis, put the block aside, and let's pause in Supta Baddha Konasana, dropping your knees apart. Bring the soles of your feet together to touch. If your knees are uncomfortably rising away from the ground, place props under your outer knees and thighs for support. You might rest a hand on your solar plexus at your upper belly and at your sacral center just below the belly button. And let's move into another breathing practice that promotes even deeper relaxation and is meditative. It's called box breathing, Samavriti Pranayama, where you close your lips, breathe very, very gently through the nose. We're not trying to create a whispering sound anymore. It's fairly quiet. We'll inhale for 4 counts. Hold the breath for 4 counts as you relax your body. Exhale for 4 counts and hold the breath for 4 counts as you relax your body. That's one cycle. Let's try 3 cycles of box breathing together. And then I invite you to continue 3 more cycles on your own before you let go of controlling your breath and observe the effects of that. Empty this breath to prepare. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Second cycle. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Third cycle. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4. On your own, try 3 more cycles. Without rushing, when you've let go of controlling the breath, spend a few moments just observing anything you feel. As we've now approached the yin, cooling down part of our practice, see if you could do less, exert less effort, and practice more of the water element of flow and allowing. Bring your hands to your outer thighs, lifting your knees slowly like you're closing a book. Let's prepare for a supine twist. You could keep the legs side by side, knees bent, or if you need a deeper twist, wrap the right leg over the left like eagle pose. Open your right arm wide on the ground. Look over the right shoulder as you keep it on the floor. Scoot your pelvis to the right side of your mat, another 3 to 5 inches. Then lift your feet and gently drop your knees to the left, only as far as your right shoulder can stay grounded. Just resting here for a few deep breaths or natural breaths. And start to unravel onto your back. If you've wrapped your legs, switch the left leg on top. Slide your pelvis closer to the left side of your mat and open your left arm wide, grounding that shoulder. You might gaze past it. Then lift your feet and slowly drop your knees towards your right side, keeping the left shoulder rooted. So doing less and relaxing more. Coming back to center and cross your legs. Draw your bent knees towards your chest, maybe happy baby, or straddle the legs wide if you like. And let's pause in a seated forward fold. So very gently lift your body up to sit with your legs straight in front of you. Separate your feet hips width apart and flex them both. Press the insteps of your feet forward, raise your arms, maybe hold a strap that you'll wrap around the balls of your feet if you need. And then hinge from your hips little by little. Invite a slight lift in the chest as you relax the shoulders down your back. Paschimottanasana. As you press the pelvis down, lead with your chest. Inhale to slowly rise up. And start to lower your body into your final resting pose. You may like to have a pillow under the backs of your knees to support your lower back, maybe a blanket over your pelvis and belly to promote grounding, maybe a strap over your closed eyes to support tuning inward. And then let your arms rest down by your sides, maybe turning the palms to face up in a gesture of being open to receive. Close the eyes, feel that you've let go of controlling your breathing, and allow your body to relax deeper and deeper with each natural exhalation. We'll be in Shavasana for a few minutes before our guided 10-minute sitting meditation.
Begin to notice how your physical body feels and listen to how it wants to begin waking up. Be very gentle and start with subtle movements like rubbing your thumbs across your fingertips. Letting one movement or stretch slowly inspire the next. Gradually, please turn over onto your right side and rest your head. Pausing there to observe your breathing and notice how your energy feels. As you continue to tune inward, maybe keeping your eyes closed, please slowly lift your body up into a comfortable way to sit for meditation. You may like to sit on your pillow or blanket. Sit in a way that you can feel open and relaxed and grounded. You may like to place a hand at your sacral energy center, a hand at your solar plexus, focusing your awareness in these two main parts, which our meditation is going to focus on. You might find it helpful to close your eyes so that your attention goes inward. Start by just sensing your body and seeing if it needs any adjustment so that you can sit here longer, welcoming stillness. And then sense your breath without controlling it at all. Feel its natural in and out flow, like the element of water. Now, you could always simplify your focus during this meditation and return to simply feeling the natural breath, especially if you find your mind feeling restless. Otherwise, I invite you now to bring your mind's eye to the area of your sacral energy center, Svadhisthana chakra. Picture the area at your lower belly, below your belly button a couple inches, and above your pelvic floor, as well as your lower back. Start by just sensing any sensations or energetic feelings through felt sense you might be experiencing there now. Just with curiosity and openness, no judgment. Now, in this space, you might begin to imagine a glowing, bright orange light. Feeling the energetic qualities exuding from it, playfulness, joy, sweetness. Sensuality. And just allowing yourself to linger in those qualities that in some degree reside in you. The ability to adapt and flow, to play and be spontaneous, to laugh and smile, to relate to your emotions with care. Now I invite you to very gently lift your inner gaze up to your solar plexus center, Manipura chakra, your inner fire, the sun within you. Picture the area just below your lowest ribs, at your upper belly, middle back, at the area of your kidneys. Allow a few moments to just observe anything you're feeling there now. Sensations, felt sense. And now you might start to visualize in that section of your body a glowing, bright yellow light, fiery like the sun, exuding the energy of strength and confidence, balanced awareness of the ego, ability to transmute dense energy, negative thoughts, and stagnancy into life enriching, life supporting energy. Feel the strength of your devotion to your highest well-being. Not separate from each other, but working together in collaboration. Begin to feel both your water element of sacral energy and your fire element of solar plexus energy flowing together in harmony. Letting your self-confidence and devotion to highest self dance with your ability to play, allow joy and flow. In what way today can you consciously bring awareness and balance to these two energies within you? Your inner fire and your ability to flow like water. Notice how you're feeling now mentally and emotionally. Allow a moment to thank your body for being able to be in this physical yoga practice today. To thank yourself for the willpower to show up and follow through. Thanking anyone that inspires you at this moment or anything. Remind yourself of what you're choosing to focus your energy on today. Come back to your intention. Remember to whom you dedicated this practice. And together, let's close with the 3 chants. Vam, Ram, and Om. Let in a deep breath. Vam. Ram. Om. Bowing in towards your heart center to recognize and remember the light within you. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.